don't lose that sense of creativity. Just like how we got to school, there's a school called life. Life teaches you. And that's one of the things that, even though I hold a degree, I promise you I learned just as much out of school than I learned in school. And if we're being honest, even though I got a degree in business management, I actually learned more about business management from just working and learning about life and putting myself in stressful situations that made me who I am. So I think that that's what you have to realize and take everything from whatever situation that you're in, because you can learn it, whatever it is, and get good at it, man, and just use that to monetize. And because I promise you, people will pay for any and everything. Just get good at it.
Impact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your man, JaMichael Moore.
And we are the Residual Impact Podcast. Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
Then apply to their community.
Let's go.
Like always, brother.
Back for another one, my friend.
Yes, blessed and highly favored.
Yo, most definitely. And today, as a matter of fact, is a very special episode, man.
Oh, why is that?
Because we have a returning guest in the building. This is the first time ever we've had somebody on the show come back.
Okay, the first to ever do it?
The first to ever do it.
Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy on this one.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? and don't get it twisted, people. It's not like, people deny our request to be invited back, because we actually haven't invited anybody back. It just so happens that this person was oh so great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We kept in touch with this person over the last year, almost a year actually. And I was like, yo, I'm in town. Let's do it. Hey, let's get it popping. So without further ado, do you know who it is?
I don't know who is it.
You don't know who it is?
I don't know who.
Yo, let's take a trip down memory lane real quick, right? So the very first guest we had on the show, right, that was episode 25. Mm-hmm. And then 26, we had 0 guests, right? It was just you and I.
Okay.
Next up, we had episode 27. Mm-hmm. We had 2 people, right? 2 memorable people. I think this is actually our most watched or most listened to episode ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was that engaging. So we already know that the people want to have at least one, if not both of those guests back for this show, because
for sure.
They killed it.
Hey, man. Who you talking about, man? The suspense is killing me, brother.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we got to say his full name. We have Mr. Alexander Benjamin Lowe in the building. What's good, Alex?
So what's up, y'all?
Welcome back, brother. How have you been?
I'm wonderful, man. Thank y'all for having me back. I'm so excited to see everybody.
Most definitely, man. Things have definitely changed since the last time you were here.
Oh, facts. Facts. I mean, hey, everything's upgraded, all right? Everything's upgraded.
It's a sign of the times. So that's proof right there, ladies and gentlemen. Like we always say, you don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great.
Oh, yes, Lord.
It's been about a year since we've last seen you, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in that time, so much has changed, right? We recorded with you in Truth last March 2022. Yeah. And here we are again, March 2023. So it's like,
wow,
right there. Right there.
That's amazing. Time flies, bro.
It does.
Think about that like that.
Yeah. No, we don't think about it.
Man.
But enough of that, man. What have you been up to? Like, how's everything been?
Listen, so we're on track to graduate, and we graduated from Fort Valley.
Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations.
You can't just breeze by that. We got to throw the congratulations out.
And hold on. What school did you say it was again?
Fort Valley State University.
Hey.
Okay. I know somebody in the building also is excited about that.
Yeah, 2 alumni in the building.
2?
Right?
Sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Bruh. 2? Who said that?
In spirit.
I mean, I celebrated a year. I held it down for a year.
I claim him, y'all. I claim him.
Thank you.
He with us.
You know what I mean? I'm a wildcat. Come on.
Let's go.
Stop the cap.
Hey, let's be honest, okay?
Hey, they still got my tuition money, though. I bet you that.
Facts.
Hey, that ain't never going to change. But, yo, with that being said, man, we normally start the show off asking how your week was. And since you are the guest today, man, we want to ask you, how was your week, brother?
How was my week? Woo. Hey, the week was crazy because first, my fight was supposed to be Thursday, and Tuesday night at 11 p.m. it got canceled. I was like, what? How? We got plans. We got speaking event. We got this. I was like, I got people to see. So
now real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, sure.
Flight from where?
Oh, see, Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cold, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's a crime. Bruh. If I could arrest the whole state, I would.
Bruh.
No reason.
Dang.
No reason. Snow, ice, I ain't built for that. Y'all, I'm from Covington. All right.
Oh, yeah.
I know about this life.
Oh, yeah. Nah. Definitely not.
But that is where I attend grad school. I guess we'll throw that in there. So, yeah, I go to grad school at Grand Valley State University. Just switched out the fort to Grand for some reason. I don't know why.
Hey, man, you just like Valley State University. That's all you like. Is You're attracted to it.
Listen,
it's attracted to you.
You got to go through the valley to rise up.
Talk that talk, man. Talk
that's
that talk,
key right
man.
there. I like that. Okay.
Off the dome with it.
Right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I applied statistics. That's the master's I'm pursuing out there. So flew down on an emergency flight Wednesday morning. I was very happy to get back. I pulled a whole all-nighter just to be able to get there. And then I had my first professional speaking engagement this Thursday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I had that at Fort Valley State University. So very excited that the first place that I spoke at was, my alma mater. And then now just been here spending time with my family, spending time with my girlfriend, which if anybody was paying attention on the last podcast, we were at the beginning of the relationship, and now we are almost a whole year.
Look at that, brother.
Yeah, for real.
So that's awesome. But yeah, speaking of my family, we got to do lunch with my dad as well, and on the podcast, going to go back to speak to my high school on Monday. So just really amazing opportunity to just come back and give back to the people who built me up. Yeah.
He's a speaker now, ladies and gentlemen.
Facts, bro.
He has grown in over the last year.
Man, touching every part of the state, every part of each person, just making sure that he reaches back in every way, bro. Like, I love that, bro. For real, man.
Thank you, man.
For
That's
real,
dope.
brother. Hey, when you decide to run for mayor, just don't forget about us.
Facts, brother.
Don't forget about the little people.
Hey, listen, we're gonna need an official. What is it? The media department. We gonna officially need some folk to press release.
Hey, tap us in. That's all.
We'll be there.
Plug. Yeah,
we'll be there.
We're set
exclusive.
Up. Yeah, we're set up everywhere. We can do it.
Just on the state capitol steps and
Come on.
in all the private rooms. That's just where the location changes.
We could do it. We could put it on a suit. I ain't got no problem with that either, B. We could do it, B.
I'm with it.
Just come
in. I'm with it. But hey, man, with that being said, it seems like so much has changed, but not a lot has changed. Real quick, let's just take the folks down memory lane, and I want you guys to check this out from episode 27. Let's take a look at a much younger, not much younger, but let's take a look at I would like to call him young Alexander Lowe, pre-grad student Alexander Lowe, undergrad Alexander Lowe. Mm-hmm. Check this out.
What's up, y'all? I am Alexander Benjamin Lowe. I say the whole name because that's just what I do. And I'm a college student finishing up, and I share my story about my journey of self-love and development right about now. So, yeah.
Hey, that's what's up.
Thank you.
How did we all meet?
Hey, we gotta shout out the Roommates podcast and the Roommates event in Atlanta. It was super dope, and I know me and you, Brandon, we connected in the social setting at the end there. I think we
Most
just
definitely
ran into each other.
So Alex, man, talk to us a little bit more about your reels on Instagram and what you do on YouTube, man. Because I've seen some of your videos, brother, after we met, and you are hilarious. But you get your message across through means of comedy, and I really like that, man. Talk a little bit more about that.
All right, so first, to every person in this world who has ever said I wasn't hilarious, you just heard it here. So all right, I'm talking about. I'm funny. That has made my night. But no, so I realized, I have a message I want to share, right? Right now, I feel tasked from the big man upstairs to share my story. I think while I haven't been hiding necessarily as physically as you have, but I stepped away from social media for like 8 months at one point, and I was really thinking about like, what do I want to do for myself? How am I trying to better myself and everything? And so my content is really just about that journey, and how I worked to get to this point. And I mean, obviously I'm not done and everything, but there's just so much there. And the crazy thing to me is I thought everybody was doing it. I thought we were all working on ourselves. We were going to therapy. We were getting the gym. We were getting our money up. And apparently that's not exactly the case.
No.
So I'm just like, you know what? Let me break it down to my peers and let them know, because I think a lot of the content is like, you know, maybe like 25 or 26-year-olds or like people who have jobs. But as a college student, it's like you're not going to be touching huge sums of money as a college student. It's not realistic to. So then what are you doing in that space? And so I just want to share my story so people know that. And that's like the YouTube stuff. But then on Instagram and, you know, TikTok, I realized, you know, short form content is very hard to get like serious messages across. So what do people like to see? They like to see dancing and comedy. So I just did a skit, and I was trying to convince a person, or the character I was playing, to go to therapy, because he was, you know, running from me, trying to get him to go to therapy and everything. And so that's all that is, to just push people to hear kind of the more serious stories and everything.
That's dope, man. That's
Thank
dope,
y'all.
man.
Thank y'all.
Had to check it out.
For real.
I love to see creativity, bro. And it's like, I love to see when people are themselves, and like I can genuinely see like when you doing what you're doing, you're yourself, and you're just showing that. And I love the message too that's behind it, because I think that's also important as far as like trying to put ourselves out there and really like giving what's inside of us. You know, that shows that that's truly who you are and what God wants you to do.
I appreciate that, y'all. And hey, I want to tell people, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, because what, you know, I can't tell you how many times I've questioned, is like, all right, are people going to really enjoy this? Is this something that's going to be exciting for other people? But it came to a point where it's like, you know, I have one life. Yeah. I don't get another life to be 21 or to be in college or to, you know, live life as I should live it. So I was like, when do I plan on being myself? Do I want to wait till I'm 50 to be myself?
Right.
So I've asked myself that question, and while, you know, sometimes I battle back and forth, I think that's just my basis of, hey, he made me the way that I am, and if it's something he naturally put within me, it can't be bad. So let's go live it out.
There we go. I like that.
I love that, man.
Now that we've taken that trip down memory lane, I mean, you guys can't forget him. Now, for those of y'all who are just joining us, who haven't been with us since episode 27, maybe you guys tapped in episode 35 or episode 41 or even episode 50. Yo, it's been a long time coming.
50 episodes.
50 plus episodes. That's crazy. Yeah, for real. But I mean, it's great to see you again, most definitely.
Yes, brother.
For real. And I didn't even ask you how your week was, man. You know what I mean? You're important, but right now the focus is on Alex, you feel me?
Nah, big facts though. Like he is the main attraction right now. So like, but you know, I appreciate you know stopping out, you know, letting people know that I am still here. Hi everyone.
Yes, sir. How was your week, man?
So the week has been up and down. I will say that some disturbing news I kind of found out about myself. I realized that I might be giving myself some anxiety attacks. And I don't know how that even possible, like some panic attacks. I didn't realize that was a thing, but, you know, oftentimes I tell you, you know, I have so many different things coming into my life, which are blessings. But if you don't manage them right, they can be a burden. And I realized that, you know, some parts of the week, man, I was just like, it was some moments where, bro, like, I promise you, I was just standing there, yo, and it was like a shock to me. Like, I started to get real hot. I started like, yo, I need to sit down. And I'm like, yo, what's going on? And a lot of it was up here. It wasn't really stuff that was going on around me. It was literally everything that I was thinking about. So, man, I just want to encourage everyone to take the time out for your mental state and just take the time out to breathe. And don't forget that, hey, like, look, where you are now, realize that, you know, you're a person of faith, man. God helped you get here, so He's still with you as you going along this journey. Because I know as we continue to grow, we tend to think that, oh man, I'm taking on all this by myself. But no, like you got here with someone, and you didn't get here by yourself. So just remember that, because that's what I had to kind of remind myself of. But other than that, though, just spending time with my parents. You know, my parents did come and they came and see me, and hi, mama. Other than that, you know, just talking to them, they said they're gonna tap into the podcast, so I made them subscribe. Mama.
Hey, let's go.
I'm gonna hold you to that, mama.
Shout out to a new subscriber on deck. Let's get it.
Facts.
Yo, speaking of subscribers, man, shout out to each and every single one of you guys who have tapped into us on social media, like any platform, because we are still growing.
Yeah.
You know, YouTube growing. Mm-hmm. TikTok definitely growing, or as you would say.
Hey, what do I say, B? What do I say, B? The tickers are talking, B.
Bruh.
I know that's such a dad thing, but they be talking. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that one in there.
Instagram growing.
Yes.
Even Twitter. We've been getting a couple followers here and there on Twitter.
They've been tweeting. The Twitter's been tweeting. I
This
tried
guy.
with that one. I tried. I'll be trying to be cool, y'all.
But yeah, shout out to each and every single one of you guys who are constantly tapped in. But we greatly appreciate it. If you're watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment and smash that like button, and only the like button. Thank you very much. And shout out to each and every single one of you guys who are tapped in on all of the audio platforms we are on: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeartRadio, all of the above, and even more. Because I know we're on more. I just can't think of all of them right now because we're everywhere.
We're going global with it, man.
For real. Shout out to y'all. Oh,
Mr. Worldwide.
What's up?
Speaking of,
What's good?
I don't know if I sent this to you.
What is
but
it?
we are definitely tapped into a new market.
Where we at?
We just popped a new country recently, y'all. We are now in India.
Hey.
We have people listening to us in India. Yo.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, we have the United States, Canada, the UK,
Talk that talk.
Puerto Rico,
Okay.
Marshall Islands, Brazil,
Come on.
and India.
Wait, you forgot one more, though.
What up?
I thought we had Germany up in that thing somewhere.
Oh, Germany
come
too.
on,
I can't forget about Germany. I'm so sorry, Germany. So that is at least, I can't say 8 countries because Puerto Rico is secondly part of the United States. So that is at least 7 different countries
Yes,
that
Lord.
we are in.
God is good, man.
Shout out to each and every single one of you guys. I am so thankful. I know Mike can say the same thing, but when we first started, yo, we only had a few people listening to us in Georgia. Okay.
Maybe not even in Georgia. We're talking about and maybe in a city. Like we need to pinpoint that in a city, maybe.
Valdosta was a Philly.
Probably
I don't
not.
think we were talking
I don't even.
about-
Yeah, I don't
Nah.
think anybody in Valdosta listens to us.
Nah, bro.
They might. I don't know. If you are, shout out to
You
y'all.
never know. There's always the 1%.
Nah, big facts though.
You right.
Big facts, man. But I love it, man. I love it, bro.
Yeah, me too.
So, but B, I'm sorry. You know, we can't forget about you, man. How was the week for you, brother?
Tiring.
Okay.
As you guys didn't see before we even cut the cameras on. Actually, we cut the cameras on, but y'all won't see it because we're gonna edit that part out. But I had a huge mess up at the very beginning where I forgot something that we say every episode. Like, how did I forget that? Just know that the week has been tiring, okay? I've been pretty much carrying a lot on my back, you know what I'm saying, from work to the podcast. No offense to Mike, you know what I'm saying? He does what he does, but it's my show, you feel me? I got everything on my back.
They ain't come to see you, Otis.
Pretty much what he said.
You ain't selling no records.
So yeah, man, that's pretty much what it's been, man. Editing episode to episode to episode. Coming soon, we are going to hire somebody to alleviate
Yes, Lord.
all of that pain and stress off of us,
Yes, Lord.
off of me.
Give me the
Nah, but-
number because I need them.
Hey, I got you, man. Listen, we putting people on payroll, so coming soon.
Ooh, coming soon.
Coming soon.
And we did something big too.
We did. We're not going into that right now.
We did
You're
something
right,
big.
you're right.
But yeah, but we got
To be able to start payroll eventually.
Ooh, talk that talk.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cash App coming soon too.
Ooh,
Actually, by the time this episode goes up,
it'll be up.
it'll be up by then. Yeah, y'all could send us some donations in the Cash App.
Send my boys some money, yo.
Please
Most
do,
definitely.
man.
If you appreciate the show, if you love the content, support your favorite content creators, man. We do this for y'all. It's all out of love, but you know what I'm saying? We don't mind a couple dollars here and there. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say it. They trying to eat. Yeah.
That's a fact.
I don't know what y'all.
Hey,
I mean, he ain't lying.
he ain't lying.
He ain't lying.
We was thinking it, but he said it. So
Hey, I'm the guest. I can say that stuff.
there we go. There we go.
So, Alex, yo, first and foremost, as a as a brother from a alumni to alumni, hey man, I don't care what you say, okay?
Cap.
I know where Papa John's at.
Cap.
Yeah, you know where Papa John's at on campus. But anyways, yeah, man, dude, like, how does it feel now being a graduate there from the school, like, versus, when before you were on the show, you were just attending there?
Oh, that's a great question. Especially since I walked on campus the other day, I have a lot more to say about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the big thing is, like, you're able to recognize so many of the positives of the college experience, because when in the midst you're focused on the negatives, because you're like, man, I got a class, I got these assignments, I'm trying to get out of here. They talk about more money now for graduation and caps and all this, man.
Dang.
But now it's just like, wow, we did this.
Yeah.
And I get to think about all the fun things and the lessons learned, and I get to see where all these experiences have now built me up, and I'm applying them and using them in my day-to-day life. And so there's so much appreciation from my experience, being able to go back, and see the people who built me up and be able to share just where I'm at now, and to, let them know I'm doing okay and see the smiles on their faces is amazing. And then the new level of, the people, especially the alumni, right, who took time for me during my college experience, I now get to be that side of it. I get to be the alumni that gives back. So that is it's just a wonderful full circle, warm, fuzzy feeling inside.
Yeah. Now, I will say this, like, because I know when it comes to HBCUs, we get some stigma about them, and then, have some good, have some bad. Like, what would you say is a positive about HBCUs that maybe some people who don't attend don't know about it?
Ooh, that's a great question. I know that's been a pretty hot button issue, I think, within the past year or so. And I think the big thing that I would really encapsulate is the world does not, like, the rules of the world that we, get told to us about how society operates, like, while they are true to an extent, ultimately we're all a bunch of people out here just trying to figure it out. And if you want to be something, or if you want to really do something, you're going to have to be the main driving force of your life. You can't let what people tell you drive your life. And I think there's something in the HBCU experience that creates an empowered sense of self and identity, and that's something our community really lacks. And so I think that's like a common thread, I think I would say, between maybe the HBCU community and not necessarily outside of it. Not that you can't have a strong sense of identity if you don't go to an HBCU, but there's just this importance and understanding that, just because somebody promises you something doesn't mean it's going to work out the way that you thought it was. So you have to make sure that you create something for yourself. That's
a great answer, first and foremost. I definitely feel you on that too, because, in that short span of time that I was there through that year, you do feel that sense of, like you said, community, or just that strong passion of just being at a all-black college. Even though, there are, like, different races there, not to get it confused, but it is something about that you don't necessarily get at other certain schools, because I've experienced other different universities. Yeah. So I do definitely agree with you on that one, man.
Yeah, I know I mentioned this, but again, just identity is so important, and I don't think we understand, especially because, the black community, again, lacks a lot of it themselves, right? Your ability to know yourself, to understand where you've come from, the history that's been shared to me, whether I wanted to listen or not. There are people, making sure it's like, hey, did you know this, or this is what was happening, right? To our people. And that larger context just brings a level of awareness and mindset that you carry with you. It's like, okay, the world tries to say it is one way, but it really isn't, the way they portray it to be.
Facts.
I feel you on that, man. Just hearing the two of you guys talk about HBCUs, like, kind of makes me wish that I went. And I wanted to go, trust me, man. I never applied for any scholarships. I didn't have the funds to go. Like, I wanted to go to Clark, my mother wanted me to go to Morehouse, but at the time, I was a teenage boy. I was like, I don't want to go to an all boys school. Like I want to be around the women. It was like, well, Spelman's right there. But again, I was a teenage boy. That's where my mind was. Yeah. It wasn't on my studies. It was on women. Yeah. But, looking back at it, when I did go to Georgia State, every once in a while, I used to visit Clark's campus because my cousin went to Clark. So I got somewhat of the AUC experience between Clark, Spelman, and Morehouse. Yeah. And, it was pretty fun, especially like the culture there. Like, I can only imagine what the two of you guys went through. Especially, being an alum after 1 year, Mike. That's amazing. You must be like hella brilliant.
I definitely have some stories. Like, listen, my experience was filled with a lot within that 1 year. I will say that.
A lot can happen in a year.
Man, I believe it. I believe it.
Shout out to, let me not say that. Sorry. I'm going to cut
I
that.
I do want to speak on just what you said there.
Yes, sir.
Just again to my non HBCU people, like, it's not the end of, well, it's not even close to the end of the world. Like it's just additional aspect of experience. You can get it in other places. Mm-hmm. Well, culture and identity. But I want to speak to that because of how the society's taking it. But it's not that you missed out. It's more so there's just a value and benefit to this that is prevalent.
Yeah. Because it's like a history behind it. Like when you go there, you feel a part of the history that is now to where you are today with, where the school is. And it's like, that's one of the things you do feel, and they make you feel a part of that. So I will say, I understand what you mean when you say that. Yeah. So, but you can get that in other places, but they do a good job as far as making you feel a part of that as well.
Understood.
Yeah, man.
I always said that if I, ever go back to school, of course, I got to finish undergrad and, definitely go to grad school if I really want to take that route. But I would certainly choose HBCU to go to. Yeah. Because by that point, we definitely going to have the bread.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Because Residual Impact is going far.
Say with your chest.
So I said we definitely going to have the bread.
Yes, sir.
But nah, like for real, like we definitely going to have the funds available if I wanted to, get back into education, man. Like if I wanted to go back and perfect my craft in certain areas and essentially pick up where I left off. Like I would love to go to maybe Florida A&M, of course, Clark Atlanta, wherever. Like I'm with it. Any of those schools, Grambling, North Carolina A&T. Shout out to all the HBCUs for real.
Big facts, though. Big facts. But the thing that unfortunately, to attend a lot of these schools, you need the bread. You know what I mean? Ain't none of them taking you for free, unfortunately. So, I had some, me and my mom's had a little talk, and she informed me of this. Because Biden, he tried to be our dog and give us a little break.
Emphasis on tried.
Of the student loans and stuff.
Yo. What do you want to say to Joe Biden right now? Listen, reimburse us, all right? Run us my money.
Well, see, that's the thing. So you see Joe on our side. Apparently, it's the other side that don't really want, like, they saying, hold on, Joe, hold on now. Whoa, before you give all this money back, what you mean? Like, did we approve of this? So apparently it's been like a little uphold battle where they don't want to forgive all this money. And to those of y'all that don't know the number, it's around $6 billion in student loans. They're trying to forgive. All right, look, I only got about 30,000. Okay, you just cut that 30,000.
I got just a little bit more than that, but I mean, that's besides the point.
But apparently, it's having to go to the Supreme Court, and then we kind of still waiting on a decision about that. So, Alex, with you, I don't know your situation. You don't even have to disclose how much, but did you have to take out any loans? Did you get any scholarships? How was your situation in school?
Yeah, so my answer to that is I did have to take out student loans.
Okay.
And I've had a combination of scholarships with what I've done, but my path did change a little bit in the process, so that aided in me having to get financial aid.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Nice segue.
That's a master at it. You know what I'm saying? But the question is really how do I feel overall about the whole?
Yeah, like what's your take on all this?
Part of me is just like forgive it, but other part of me is like money doesn't come from anywhere.
Yeah,
and let's be honest, they tax it. I mean, well, they cut it, but then milk's gonna go up or something like that, or something else is gonna go up, or I don't know, they might start talking about taxes going from 7 cents to like 17. So
Yeah.
they're gonna get it either way. I don't know enough about politics and the like larger financial debt stuff to really give too informed of an answer. But in a shorter term, I think there's a better lifestyle or just a healthier culture when you make millions of Americans like not look at their their financial life and just feel extremely stressed about it.
Yeah.
And so I think we'll be able to, I really do believe that like our production and capacity and ability would rise up, and that would probably counteract maybe some more of the issues that do come from forgiving everything.
Now, that just made me think of something. Okay, with you being a recent graduate and also pursuing, a higher education even more,
Yes.
and one of these misconceptions of like, yo, when you get a degree, you supposed to be making all this money, but sometimes apparently it doesn't happen like that. Like, what has been your kind of like experience now since just, you got the degree now? You got that piece of paper. It's on the wall now.
Yeah. No, that's such a great question. It's funny. I've had several conversations with this. This is something I feel really strongly about. And I think I lucked out. Overall, me personally, I went for a mathematics degree because, it's good at math is what people told me. And then I ended up deciding and understanding that I wanted to pursue, being able to benefit the education system. So I'm able to use that math degree, and now I'm in applied statistics. And the applied statistics gives me data analytics, and I can use that to go towards research and anything I want to do. I'm going to take it towards research and education, and then the PhD will be either like public policy or some educational
so you're
leadership.
going higher.
This guy.
Hey,
Yo.
it's only because
Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to, bro, because there's a statistic that I learned probably a couple of days ago, and I don't know how accurate it is. I don't know where it came from. I believe I heard it on another show, but I believe it is either 1% of the United States or less than 1% of people in the United States hold a PhD.
Oh, wow.
That is a very small amount, if that number is indeed true. And again, I don't remember where I heard it from, but I was listening to another show. Please forgive me. If I find the stat online or if I find the research online, I'll go ahead and put it up. But either 1% of people in the country, you're killing me, Smalls. But hey, it's all right. I miss it because I remember when we ended episode 27, you and Truth.
going in.
And you know what we tell the people all the time?
Hey,
You ain't got to be great to start.
but you got to start to be great.
Big facts. So just look at how far we've come from episode 1. I even say it now. Like I look back at it and sometimes I laugh because we were beginners.
Yes, sir.
We're still in the beginning stages of our career.
We are. But it's definitely a lot of growth, and I think now we are curating a space, man, to where we bring on guests, and they can share their piece, and we have now created something or creating something that is gonna go, man. When I tell you we're gonna be in that room that we went in with the roommates, that's gonna be us, man.
It will be.
So.
And this whole time I've been laughing. Even though I'm listening, Mike, I've been laughing.
I know.
You are listening and keeping your composure. 'Cause I can't with
I
these
love
two
it,
right now.
I love it. It makes me happy.
I can't with these two right now. But hey, listen. For those of y'all who are listening, y'all don't know what's been going on. But for those of y'all who are watching, y'all definitely saw. Because I made sure I had the camera focused on it. So, yes. Definitely going in.
Shout outs to Truth.
Yeah, man.
Definitely shout out to Truth.
Wherever you're in the country right now.
For real. But for like either 1% or less than 1% of Americans hold a PhD.
I believe that, actually. Like, think about that. That's a pretty substantial type of achievement to make.
Yeah. So, Alex, for you going back, well, when you get to that point, if you decide to pursue, your PhD, kudos to you, man.
Thank you.
I couldn't do it, but hey, that's why you're the mathematician and I'm not.
Fact.
I hated math.
But let me go back to my point, because again, I say I lucked out because I don't think I really understood my purpose until my freshman year of college. So I'd already kind of committed to what I was going to do. But I know I have several peers who, just like me, they were being told since they were in kindergarten that, like, if you want a decent chance in life, like, you're going to have to get a degree.
Yeah.
Which we now know is a very infactual statement.
Yeah.
You know, yes, the correlation is there, but you can have a wonderful life without ever touching a college campus, which is why I get a little frustrated at this because, you know, yes, you signed for the student loans. Yes, you should have known what you signed up for, but also you were told 13 years of your life that you pretty much need to do this, otherwise you're a failure. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, is like, does anybody feel any level of sympathy for, you know, the children that then became adults that we spent telling them that you have to do this, not really expressing to them the other avenues that they had? You know, I mean, sure, again, yes, could they have found it on their own? Yes, but like, let's be honest. That's not really how it works. If somebody tells you something for 10 plus years of your life, you're like,
that's what you believe.
That's what you believe.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, you're actually right. Because I think when I was at least a senior in high school, it was like, if you didn't make it into school, like, yo, what are you doing with your life? Your life, like, you kind of wasted.
You're a failure, yeah.
Exactly.
Pretty much.
I mean, they didn't post anybody going to the military or like trade school or not going to college on the wall of success. Like they put all the college grads up there. You know,
yeah,
in
that's
their
true.
schools and their scholarship numbers and amount. It's like, well, yeah, okay, I don't want to go to college, so I don't have any scholarships that I need. I'm gonna go straight to work. I'm not gonna be in any debt or anything, and it's a wonderful, okay choice.
Man, what talk that talk, man? I wish I would have known. Dude, because imagine if I could have took that. You know, I ain't gonna lie. I got about 29 or so, $30,000 in debt. Imagine if I would have took that $30,000 and then put it towards a business or something, or invested towards something. It could have grown, and then I could have went back to school, paid for school out of pocket. Like, I mean.
Yeah, I know a millionaire who actually did that. Like,
really?
He went to school for a little bit, dropped out, became a millionaire, and then his mother wanted him to go back to school, and he was like, "Well, I don't need it. I have money. You know what I'm saying? I'm wealthy." But I believe his mother was sick with cancer or something. I don't want to put that on him, but like, she was about to leave this earth, and he was like, "You know what? For her, this was like one of her last wishes. I'm gonna do it." So he ended up going back to school, paid for it out of his pocket, didn't have to worry about any loans or anything like that. So that's ideal.
Yeah, man.
But we don't think about that stuff growing up. Matter of fact, we're not even taught that stuff. Nobody teaches us, well, if you graduate high school, maybe you can take some money, invest it into something. Yeah. Hopefully you get a return on your investment, or enough of a return on your investment, so you can actually pay out of pocket for school, because it's a design, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. You know, it's part of the plan. Like you said, the money just is going to come from somewhere. And I know you've mentioned it in the previous episode when we first started talking about student loan debt forgiveness. The money has to come from somewhere.
It does.
Yeah. And we even see it now with like the war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
The country is sending so much money to Ukraine. Where is it coming from? Meanwhile, all of our prices over here are going up. Gas, milk, eggs.
Yep. Rent.
Price of haircuts. Bro, a shape up.
Yeah, man.
Boy.
But I got to get it, though.
Man, that Michigan tax was crazy, yo. I was used to a $15 cut, the $5 tip, you know, nice little 20. Starting price is like 30, 35 of Michigan.
Yeah, that's about how it is now. Yeah, that's about how it is.
Oh, it came down. Oh, man.
Everything. It's a slow increase. And if you're not increasing your income in the same
capacity,
pace,
then
you're falling behind.
You're gonna be behind, bro.
Everybody got to come up. All got to come up.
Facts though.
There's a way to do it, and if you haven't found that way yet, you have to work on it. Like, you seriously have to work on it, because you will get left behind. Like, there's just no way out of that. Everything else is going up. The money's being sent overseas, and oh man, it just blows my mind. Like, not to put anybody in a panic, but you know, about a week or two ago, as of this recording, like World War III was trending on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And people were just talking about all the prices of everything going up, and you know, certain predictions and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not feeding into any World War III drama, but I mean, they're still fighting overseas.
Yeah.
And people are talking about China potentially entering and helping them out. And it's like, okay, well, if China helps out Russia, then other countries are going to have to get involved.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Huge problem.
That is a problem.
So
I ain't built for war.
Neither am I.
I'll be honest. I appreciate the people who came before us.
That's a big fact. Thank you for your service and all of that, man. I have several relatives who have been in the armed forces. You know what I'm saying? Thank each and every single one of y'all.
Yeah, for real.
It's just not for me.
Yeah. And just for those people that are here, man, you know, not to put people in a worry of, you know, not thinking you'll be able to afford stuff going in the future, but don't lose that sense of creativity. You know, just like how we got to school, there's a school called life. Life teaches you. And that's one of the things that, you know, even though I hold a degree, I promise you I learned just as much out of school than I learned in school. And if we're being honest, even though I got a degree in business management, I actually learned more about business management from just working and learning about life and putting myself in stressful situations that made me who I am. So I think that that's what you have to realize and take everything from whatever situation that you're in, because you can learn it, whatever it is, and get good at it, man, and just use that to monetize. And because you can do, I promise you, people will pay for any and everything. Just get good at it. Get good enough at it to where somebody sees it as a value to where they want to put money towards it.
I think that's a wonderful point. There's so many things out of there I want to take. First is being able to just solve a problem, right? Because that's really all the value exchange of jobs are. Is there's a
Pretty
problem.
much, yeah.
There's a problem that needs to be solved, and people are willing to pay for it.
Yes.
You can get money out of people who have lots of money.
Yes.
If you solve a problem for them, they'll pay you continuously, and they'll pay you well. And then I think another piece, you know, we talked about getting good at something. I think I just want to segue into this is just like why purpose, identity, and understanding of yourself matters so much, because I think for those who are spiritual, I think we spend a lot of time, you know, trying to ask God, like, what is it we're supposed to be doing, or, you know, looking for value and purpose externally, when the reality is, like, the skills and, you know, your purpose were already instilled in you when you were created. And I think about that so much. That's so timely and so real for me. That's why my words for this year are, it's time. And I'm so serious about taking myself seriously, is because the speaking and the educational consulting, the tutoring, and helping people in their education lives and better organizing themselves and planning and everything, it's always been there. It didn't just come out of nowhere. I didn't just find it off the sidewalk or anything. It's always been in me. It's been in me in pieces and how I've operated with people. But I know I've been in the bathroom. I've been in the shower. I've been giving speeches to myself or to the idea of hundreds of people for years. And now I'm finally just doing what was already in my heart. It's already there. And to me, I'm kind of freaking out, because it's like, dang, you want to pay me for this? And now this is developing, it's growing. It's like nothing changed. Mm-hmm. Nothing in me particularly changed. I just started looking at me, and what was inside of me is valuable. Yeah, man. And that's really a big push to everybody. Like, stop asking for money to fall out of the sky. You know, start asking for you to really see what's already in you, and follow it.
It's in me. It ain't on me.
Come on. I'm trying to help people today.
Most definitely, man. And I'm glad you started speaking on public speaking, because you and I talked about this briefly off camera about a public speaking business. You care to elaborate just a little bit more on that? Like,
yes, sir.
What's going on with that, man?
Hey, this is a great time, because I need to let y'all know. Y'all looking for somebody. Actually, no. Even if you aren't looking for somebody, you found them now.
Hey, there we go.
So my desires is just to share about self-identity, purpose, my journey of self-love. I know I was telling y'all a bit about that. And I had more of my content was focused on my self-love journey at the time. And then as I've shifted to grad school, it's gone more to the purpose and bettering people in the education space. So I talk about leadership journey. I talk about self. Really, my past experience this past Thursday, I really went in deep talking about, you know, the things that nobody wants to talk about, right? The things that we're ashamed of that we've done in our past. The things that, you know, maybe a couple relatives, maybe a therapist knows if you're bold. But I shared some pretty, you know, dark, embarrassing, shameful stuff, and the whole desire and value of it to me is that I realize it took me so long to understand the importance of dealing with my internal issues, because people think, oh, I can just crush it down and it's not gonna affect me,
right? Until
it does, and typically it comes out in the worst moments when you finally, you know, get the relationship that you've been looking for. Now you don't know how to be consistent with her. Now you don't know how to treat her right, because all that's left over inside you. You finally get the job and the paycheck, but you don't have the discipline or the social skills to be able to, you know, maintain it and do well. So I want to tell people, it's like, hey, let's address this before you get there. Address it now, especially in college. You have the time. You know, you have free services. All right, you get out in this real world. You want somebody to sit down and talk to you? Okay, well, this will be a nice $70, maybe a little bit more, or more. So you're gonna have to do this one way or another. You know, I mean, gone are the days of our grandparents or some of our parents, you know, taking it to the grave. We not built like that. All right, we got too much going on anyway. So, and I don't want anybody to be taking it. I guess we'll take it. Well, I'll take this part too, because it's so big for me. Because I used to be a chronic stressor, chronic worrier, but I've seen too many, especially black men that I looked up to die young 40s. I'm just like, I can't be another one of them, right? I have a responsibility and a gift and a passion to share with this world, and a part of that is also making sure my temple is together so I can do this for a long amount of time. And so that's on me. Not stressing out, you know, working out, staying healthy. That's on me. You know, I can't control, you know, like crazy illnesses or anything like that, but you know, I can make sure I don't have diabetes or anything like that. You know, type 2 diabetes. So that's the type of stuff that I'm just like, I can't help you be the best photographer ever. I can't help you be the best cook ever, but I do know every man needs to deal with his internal issues so he can be great.
No, that's actually really good. That's definitely, I can definitely hear from your voice. There's a lot of purpose in there right there, brother. That's purpose speaking right there, bro.
Yes, sir.
For real, man.
Just know that, hey, when we start our tour, whenever we go on tour, coming 2024, I'll speak that into existence.
Talk that talk.
When we start to go on tour in 2024, we definitely want you on the tour with us, man.
Hey.
Maybe do a city or two.
Okay. Hey,
3,
listen,
4,
the Michigan
whatever
area, you know.
Yeah, most definitely.
I should be up there still. I love to host y'all.
Hey, man.
Get y'all a spot.
Let's do it.
Yeah, bro. But I ain't never asked you. I wanted to, ask you this. What is that thing in you, that you feel like it just comes naturally to do? Like, it's in you. It ain't on you. Like, for you. I don't know if I ever asked you that.
That's a good question. I don't even think I've ever really thought about it, if we're being 100% honest, man. Like, yeah, I'm good with editing. Yeah, I'm good with solving certain problems within, our entertainment space.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I might have to really think about that and come back to you on it. Like, that sounds like a question of the week. To be honest, it sounds like a question of the week, and one that I haven't thought of.
It's the question of life, actually.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it pretty much is. I used to think that I was like good at everything, but then life had to humble me and was like, listen, you gotta chill. You're not as good as you think you are at everything that you think that you're good at. But I mean, I would say one thing is just talking to people, speaking to people, random people.
Yeah.
I know that's something I'm really good at. I did go to school for public speaking after switching my major from journalism. So eventually I do want to be able to speak in front of a crowd. And
that's coming.
Tour coming soon.
Yes, Lord.
So whenever we do go on tour, I'm going to have that opportunity to speak in front of a crowd. It's going to start off as a small crowd. Mm-hmm. And eventually, as we continue to grow, it's going to be a much larger crowd.
Yes, sir.
Who knows? I mean, we might sell out an arena, something like that. You never know.
Speak it, man. For real.
Earn your leisure status. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys.
For real, man. Nah, I was just thinking about that, though, man. I don't know. Maybe that was for a reason. I don't even know, brother. Like, that just literally popped up on my heart to ask you. So, yeah, man. I
got to do some more searching within. And I could probably get back to you on that with, a more definitive answer.
Okay.
But so far, what I just said, that's the answer that I have right now off the top of my head. Okay. All right. Hey, when you find it, though, just cash at me, okay? I appreciate that. What? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to throw that out there. Bruh. We need to. No. Wait, we're not glancing past that. Nope, we are not sliding past that.
I feel like there's a lot of power in the soundboard.
And that is exactly why I'm the one controlling it and not him. Because we already discussed the profits here.
He said, run it back, Turbo.
Hey, we got to, man. No. If Young Metro don't trust you. Bruh. But nah, man. In all seriousness, though, I love it, man. I think this is very good and healthy for each and every one of us because, like, we're all young black men. And, like you said, I don't think we talk about these things enough.
and
if at all,
and just being real with ourselves and understanding that, like you say, man, we need to solve these things now before we really get to life, bro. Because like I said, bro, I had to be real with myself. Like, I didn't know I was gonna talk about it, but I realized I had some panic attacks this week. Like, but it was me. I was doing it to myself. And it's just like, yo, if I don't deal with this now, imagine we in front of a stadium of people, bro. If I don't take care of this now, bro, that can literally, I don't want to say it, but it can take me out. Yeah. So I have to be able to get prepared for the things that, it's like that's what God is molding me for. Like, it's to take care of it now, bro. So just figure out what it is that, it is a struggle for you. So I think what you're doing, man, is really powerful. It's going to help a lot of people, bro, for real.
And we definitely commend you for it, man, because that's amazing. Like we said before, a lot has changed in a year.
Yeah, man.
A lot has really changed in the last year. And we're proud of you. We're happy to see, your growth in a sense, to be like, yo, I knew that man since back in the day.
Facts, bro. And I love the, on IG, man, the tutoring joints. Bro, I be cracking up, bro.
Yo, they pop up often.
Yo, just out of nowhere, bro.
I appreciate it. Listen, I don't even know, because once the camera gets on, because that's the challenge. Like, starting the camera, so challenging, especially because, you want it to be good lighting, and, I want at least some decent quality audio with what I can, make happen with an iPhone 11. But, once it gets on, I don't know, something happens, and it's just like, hey, this might be funny.
But you make it happen, though.
Yeah, facts.
I appreciate it.
And you make tutoring actually, you actually make tutoring attractive to want to do. If I was young and I knew I needed some help, and for me when I was younger, it was like, I don't know why, but it was embarrassing for me to ask for help.
Yeah.
You actually put it in a way where it's like, yo, bro, you need some help, bro. Come on here. I got you, man. Like, I know you need it. Like,
let's take care of it. Let's speak on that a little bit, right? Since we have, the audience in front of us. Okay. So this is the way I see it. Okay. The way I see it is that, we can't control what our strengths and weaknesses are. Right. And I think the education space, there's so much programming that comes from, what the K-12 education system is, right? Because in real life, there's specialization. You're supposed to be good at, a certain couple things in a certain area, right? You have a job to specifically, do one aspect of the business. The hiring manager focuses on hiring. They're really great at that stuff. And then, tech support, they're good at tech support, but you're not having them call people, right? But for some reason in the education space, we expect you to be good at everything.
Wow.
You got to be A student in social studies. You got to be A student at math. You got to be A student in science, right?
Wow.
And where else in the entire world is that the reality of how it operates?
I didn't even think about that.
Me either.
So we have the stigma on us and this frustration to like exceed in all areas, and it's like that's just not how people work. It's okay if math isn't your strong suit, but even still, we've also contextualized math as like, oh, you're either good at it or you're not. And that's not true. Like, math is just something that can be understood if it's explained to you properly. Sure. Are there people who might have a more natural affinity to understand it? Okay. Yes. And do I possibly fall in that group? Okay. But there's yet to be anybody that I have sat down with who had true intentions to succeed and do well that I haven't been able to share and help them get to a better place than where they were before. I've yet. Now, okay, you have a real learning disability. That might be a little different. But I've yet to work with anybody who was like, hey, Alex, I want some help. I really want to figure this out. And I've worked with them. I've yet to meet anybody who can't do it. So is there really good people at math or bad people at math, or just people out here who don't know the work it takes to really explain it to somebody? That's my viewpoint.
Bro,
I like how you put that, because, man, if I knew that back in high school, I definitely would have thrown that back at my teachers when it came to me getting bad grades in algebra, because, boy, I had to repeat algebra, and I had to make up for it before I graduated and take an extra math class, and it was trig.
Yeah, I hated that too.
Trig was terrible.
They do the unit circle so bad, yo. Like, because now I didn't understand the unit circle until college. Actually, I still
don't understand it.
Listen, I had to explain it to somebody. They wanted help, and I was like, "Oh, let me, I guess, figure this out." Because they hit you with a SOHCAHTOA and all that, sign over hypotenuse,
memories,
right?
Bro.
That
horrible memories. You got to give me nightmares.
Scary acronym, right? And then they got radians and degrees and all this stuff converting and pi. And you're like, wait a second. What happened to the numbers? What is this pi thing going on? Okay. And I'm just like, once I finally got it, I was just like, oh, it's pretty nice. Now, not everybody trying to understand that.
No,
okay?
not me.
Not everybody trying to understand that. And so I think some people don't approach it from the aspect of like, what can you give somebody to be dangerous versus, hey, this is the most exciting thing ever. Like, you have to know every single part of this. No, give them what they need, right? And then give them a little context. Oh, that made me upset. Context matters so much in the education space. Why is this important? What can it be used for? Don't just start on chapter 1 question or section 2. Like, chapter 1 section 2 don't mean anything to our brains. That doesn't. What does matter is like, oh, this thing we learned last week, this builds off of this. And so your brain can already connect it to like, oh, it's a little bit similar to this that we have going on, and then I can apply it. How? Oh, I can put this with my taxes. Oh, I can use this with my budget. Or, oh, okay, this is kind of a larger thing that, maybe builders might use or architects might use. So I might not exactly use it myself, but I at least know where this math applies versus it's just something in the wide world of mathematics.
Right.
Bro, because I'll tell you, the only teacher I've ever had that explained what a certain type of math could be used for was my trig teacher, senior year in high school. She said a lot of pilots use trigonometry. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'm not trying to be a pilot, though. I just need to pass this class so I can graduate. Yeah. But, I mean, it was interesting to know. But so much, whatever. I'm way past that point in my life. I don't need it anymore. I have yet to use anything I've learned as far as trig goes or algebra goes, just basic math, So I'm good for that, and I'm glad. I don't think I personally need anything else, especially being in the podcasting space. But yeah, man, more power to you.
I appreciate it.
Being the math whiz.
Big facts. So where can for instance, if there might be some students out there that's like, yo, I need to get in touch with him. Like, how can they do that, or where do they need to go?
Well, first, you got to understand it's more than just tutoring, right? Because if you don't have the structure and the schedule to really support having a successful academic career, my tutoring ain't going to help you. But the good news is I help you with all of it. So typically it's consulting. I'll figure out, hey, do they just need tutoring, or do you need to actually build a schedule? Do you need to really consult how you structure your education process, or should you study in the night? Should you study in the morning? But where you're trying to find me, it's at I am Alexander Lowe on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. We got a website coming.
Okay.
Let's go.
Lots of things, all right? And YouTube, okay? And so putting out content on how you can be better in the education space. And so sign up with me. You can book me. The link tree is everywhere.
Link in bio.
Yeah.
Links in the bio.
Link in bio. We got some free resources too. But give me a consultation and we'll set everything up.
Okay.
The professionalism right there, ladies and gentlemen. Come on now. I need to sign up and I ain't even in school right now.
That's a fact. I mean, there's still a lot of things that you can learn.
Nah, big facts though.
You don't necessarily have to be in school to learn it.
Facts.
But hey, Alex, I mean, just from you being here again, Soulja Boy, first returning guest, like you in it. I don't think that's what Soulja Boy does.
You right. I'm sorry.
Bruh.
Who mans is
evil
this?
world we live in. But hey, I'm gonna keep living.
But first returning guest, man, we definitely appreciate you stopping by.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate having this conversation with you because it's long overdue. We always like to, we've kept in touch, but I mean, this is something different to see you here, being in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? Coming all the way from the cold to visit us common folk,
Facts.
you know what I'm saying?
Not
common folk, hey, we're not in the big leagues yet.
Throw that yet out there.
I did. I had to.
I feel you.
All right. But, we catching up to you, my friend.
Hey.
We're going to get on your level someday. We want to be like you when we grow up.
Listen, it's crazy how y'all catching up to me when y'all push me up.
Ooh.
I was waiting on him to say it. I was waiting on him to say it. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to be like the cocky one in the room. But, hey, this man is sharp.
Man, facts.
And I'm not just talking about his attire because I've seen him in a suit and tie before. But this man is sharp.
Appreciate it.
I'm gonna give you your flowers while you here.
Yeah, man.
Thank you,
Well,
man.
okay, before you go, I know we're short on time, but the last question, I think we did this last time, but next time we see you, within the next maybe, I don't know, 5 years, 2 years, 3 years, what's next for you?
Oh, what's next?
That way we can come back on this one moment.
And see.
Yeah.
All right, so we spoke the website. The website's going to be beautiful. It's going to be great.
Okay.
We got to work on a book at some point.
Ooh,
the book's got to
nice.
come. We got to get that out there.
I'm with you on that one.
So the book, more professional speaking gigs, more content out on YouTube and all the socials and everything, and let's do a really big one. Ooh, okay. So an application and or like a web app or service that will really shape the understanding of what education should look like.
Ooh.
And how to move education forward into the future.
Come on, bro.
I like that.
I'll start that up.
Let's go, man.
I'm with it, man.
I think this is what residual impact is all about, B. This is what it's about, bro.
What is it about?
Exactly.
Like, look at like the fact that we can. It's just we started something that's giving to people, and it's like the impact of it is like people. I don't really know how I'm phrasing this, but it's just all come back. It works in a cycle, bro. And I just see it with this man right here. It's like he's showing me something that we're giving, and he's giving us, and it's like it's residual, and it's an impact, and that's all I got, man.
Hey, you know what? I like that you said that, man, because I thought about it, but you said it, man. I wanted to make sure you and I were on the same page.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
Hey, we already know. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been another great episode of the Residual Impact Podcast.
Yes.
Once again, shout out to Mr. Gotta say all three names.
Come on now.
Mr. Alexander Benjamin Lowe in the building for the second time. Shout out to this brother right here. Let's go. And of course, y'all already know where to find us. Y'all know how to find us. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel as always. Again, hit that like and subscribe button for more content. Hit that notification bell. Follow us on all of our socials at Residual Impact Podcast, at Residual Impact on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. We're everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Follow us individually. I'm at Brandon.geo.
J_Mike Moore. For sure.
Let's get it going. And without further ado, man, y'all know we cannot leave without saying where you are today
There's a residual outcome.
are the thoughts you had in the past.
It's low.
Till next time, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.
Peace.